What's up guys, Chris Killian here to talk about Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which Steven Spielberg has gone on record to say is his favorite film out of the Indiana Jones franchise. Not me though, I'll always have a soft spot for Temple of Doom.
How dare he?
This is, however, a close second thanks to the father-son dynamic between Harrison Ford and Sean Connery, and here are some film facts about The Last Crusade you might not know.
I'm like a bad penny. I always turn up.
It was actually Harrison Ford who suggested River Phoenix play Indy as a teenager, as he'd already worked with River, who played his son a couple years earlier in The Mosquito Coast. In the movie, this cut on Indiana Jones' chin is explained by young Indy cutting his chin with a whip. Now in real life, Harrison Ford had cut his chin in a car accident in Southern California when he was about 20 years old. George Lucas dictated much of the screenplay story to Christopher Columbus, who wrote one of the first drafts. Chris was too afraid though to change any of it, even though he felt the script seemed kinda lifeless. When Columbus eventually turned in the script, he was fired from the movie, which he stated was a defining moment in his career as he learned to never again ignore his instincts or to be intimidated by the people with whom he worked. Even though Sir Sean Connery plays Indiana's father, he was actually only 12 years older than Harrison Ford in real life. Makeup artists made Sean Connery's beard wider and kept Harrison Ford clean-shaven throughout the entire movie to make their age seem further apart than it really was.
I thought I'd lost you, boy.
Over 2,000 rats had to be specially bred for the movie because regular old rats carry a plethora of diseases, and nobody on a movie set wants a surprise case of the bubonic plague. Here's another fun animal fact. Steven Spielberg used doves for the seagulls that Henry scares into striking the German plane because the real seagulls used in the first take wouldn't fly. Baking soda was applied to Sir Sean Connery to create Henry's bullet wound, then vinegar was applied to create the foaming effect as the water from the grill, washes it away and it's all gone. Steven Spielberg wanted Donovan's death scene shown in one shot so it wouldn't look like an actor was having makeup applied in between takes. Inflatable pads were applied to Julian Glover's forehead and cheeks that made his eyes seem to recede during the character's initial decomposition, as well as a mechanical wig that grew his hair. Tell me in the comments which special effect you think is more gnarly, the immediate aging here in The Last Crusade or the face melting from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
He chose poorly.
The 4 horses used in the final scenes outside of the temple were loaned to the movie personally by King Hussein of Jordan. At the end, when the temple is falling apart, Elsa falls to her death because she refused to let it go. Elsa also happens to be one of the main characters in Frozen, and her iconic song is Let It Go. That's really more of a coincidence than a fact.
Let it go.
So do you know any more cool behind the scenes facts about Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade? If so, drop them in the comments below. You can follow me on Twitter at Chris Killian or Instagram at CK Comedy. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up or share it because it does help the algorithm. And a big old giant thank you for staying all the way to the end of this video.